Yo, what it do, YouTube? It is your boy ColtsTalk. We are back with another video, and today we got another game coming up for the Indianapolis Colts, and it's another primetime game. And what better than to go up on a primetime game against the Los Angeles Chargers, who happens to come off a victory against the Tennessee Titans, who's pretty much in the shape of losing the AFC South if they continue this path. Now, the Titans have not had a good season, but this is not about them. This is about the Indianapolis Colts, who also haven't had a good season. And it looks like the South is going to be taken by the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's not surprising, in my opinion, but moving forward, this Colts team is going up against a team that needs to win this game to make the playoffs. And the Chargers have had an up and down season, but they are on the right path and starting to figure things out. They're not a perfect team, but they are definitely a wild card like football team that could make the playoffs at any moment towards the end of this year if they keep this path going. So this is a must win game for them. For the Colts, they're pretty much on the wraps of their season right now. They just promoted Nick Foles to starting quarterback for this game. Now, this can go two ways, and I'm going to give you the bright perspective for this game when you look at it from the Colts side. The Colts could use this game to be a light on Nick Foles' situation moving forward to next season. Does he have what it takes to continue to be a backup quarterback for this roster, being as though who we're going to have in the reins of the head coaching job, the GM job, all those things? Can he be the backup quarterback for the Colts moving forward? So this game could tell a lot. I'm not expecting us to win this game just due to how this season has been going personally. I would love for us to go out there and win, and you can use this as an example as there's not enough film out there for Nick Foles this season, so he could go out there and shock the Los Angeles Chargers into winning a game. Of course, this can open up the offense for the Colts as well, which has been a terrible offense. Maybe he could, figure some things out. Maybe he can force the deep ball because we haven't been doing that all year. He can open up maybe the run game, and maybe he can find some things out and discover what the defense is doing. Another thing that the Colts haven't been figuring out all year. The Colts offense has just been it's just been disgusting to watch, honestly. And this is not a Colts offense that you're used to seeing. Also, we're going to give credit to Quentin Nelson for making the Pro Bowl, the only Colts to make it. We have some alternatives as well: Ziggy Franklin, DeForest Buckner, Stephon Gilmore. And, this is Zaire Franklin's first Pro Bowl as an alternative. So shout out to him. But all those guys are alternatives, just a what if, just in case scenario. But, Grover Stewart didn't make it. And it's unfortunate because he's had a really, really good year. And the fact that he wasn't nodded as an alternative is kind of, it's unfortunate, to be honest. It really is. But moving forward towards this game, like I said, this game could catch the Chargers off guard. The Colts could, can sneak out a W if Nick Foles goes out there and be the Nick Foles that we are used to seeing, which is the backup Nick Foles, which is a really good quarterback when he is at the backup position. The last time he was at the backup and did success was a Super Bowl MVP with the Philadelphia Eagles, but that is not the same team that we're on with Nick Foles right now. This offensive line is pretty much horrid, and Nick Foles hasn't really snapped the ball since the preseason. So we're going to look and we're going to have another roller coaster game for the offense. And I don't expect the Colts to go out there and probably drop 30 points and blow another lead because they did that already against the Minnesota Vikings. And this team that they're going up against, they're sneaky good, but they do have Justin Herbert, who is pretty much an air raid quarterback. He'll throw the football out there, and he has a very good wide receiver group that'll go help. Also, he has a good receiving back group with Eckler back there, and their team is really good when they're going out there to catch the football, and it's going to have the Colts on edge of trying to figure out how to stop this team. And again, as every week, if the Colts offense keeps the defense out there, there's no chance that the Colts can win the game. If the offense can do some type of production, at least maybe 250 yards total on offense, if they could do something like that, they might have a chance to win. But if the offense can't produce, or they go back to doing what they do best, which is turning the ball over, the defense is going to get shut out. They're going to get destroyed because they're going to be on the field more than normal, and which is unacceptable if you want to be a winning football team. You can't have your defense on the field the whole game. It's just unacceptable. So, like I said, I do have the Chargers winning this game. They need this game more than we do. So I do see them winning this game. Absolutely. Is it going to be a blowout? I doubt it. But I do think their defense is very solid. They got a lot of good talent on that defense, and they got a lot of good talent on offense. But I think their defense is more of what they truly are than the offense. The offense is still figuring it out. But for the Colts' sake, if the defense for the Colts has to stay on the field the whole game, it's just going to be a long game for them, like it was last week. But it won't be like one of those comeback things again. But again, the special teams and the defense for the Colts is not what I'm worrying about. I'm worried about how the Colts is going to work with Nick Foles being out there as a quarterback and with Jonathan Taylor being shut down. How's the running game going to look? This is all a perspective for how it look moving forward to next season. This is pretty much is going to be what that game is. It's pretty much discovering talent, who you're going to keep and who you're going to get rid of. So at this point, I don't think the Colts are still competing. Of course, they're going to go out there and play football, but for winning sake for like the playoffs, it's like a 3% chance. So there's like no way the Colts can make it unless Vegas do something crazy and just have them as one of those odds that just can like pull out a Cinderella story. But in reality, right now, as a Colts fan, we do not expect the playoffs right now, especially from the performance we've been seeing all season. So I don't see that happening. But you guys, let me know your thoughts about the game. How do you think Nick Foles is going to play? Let me know about the defense. What do you think about how the offense is going to perform under Nick Foles? And this coaching situation. Let me know all these things as well. There's been some rumors talking about coaching. They're talking about Marvin Lewis and everything. I mean, it's not linked to the Colts. It's just coaches out there in general. Do you want Jeff Saturday to come back, or who would you want as the head coach? Let me know all these things in the comment section. This is Marcus, and until next time, you've been Culture Shock.